Sounds good.
Yeah.
Exposure, contrast.
Okay, we should be live.
Excellent. Finally, the world will know.
Yeah, we are live, absolutely. I will just show, I will just post a couple of reminder to the people on Instagram as well.
All right.
Yeah, we are live, absolutely. Okay, our voices are very good.
Check, check.
Okay. Okay, guys, welcome. We already have 4 people in. Today I will paint with my friend Will.
Hey, everybody. And I'll be monitoring the chat if you have questions for Mateo. I see Nilsberg is in there.
Bill will help me to stay on track during the painting session and will help me to focus on painting while he will read your comments and will chat with you. So more than before, I would love to have this kind of live, a bit more um, co-partnership, become co-hosted. I mean, I want having your feedback, I want having your question. I'm here also to answer all your questions about the colors or the painting process. So don't be shy. Join us in the chat.
Yeah, come on in. Let's see.
Okay.
I do have a note that your volume is low.
My volume is again low.
Yep.
No, my volume was good just a second before. My volume is very low. That's weird because I was trying to check my voice later before and it was very good. It's better now. Is my voice better?
I hear you just fine.
I hear you very well.
Take that back. I'm listening to the Google Meet and not the stream.
Okay, now we should be higher. So please, Niels, if you're still there, give me a feedback that my voice was very good just a second before.
You know, no shooting rig survives turning it on. You get everything perfect, and then you turn it on for the real thing, and it goes to crap.
Yeah, like every time. Yes, it's a bit better. Okay. I can try to improve it, and I will try instantly. No, I cannot. No, I cannot try to improve it. Okay, I will try to speak loudly. That way it should be better. Okay, it sounds better now. Perfect, thank you. Okay, guys, so during the
What
last...
are we working?
Yeah, I mean, I spent a few hours the last week painting Witchhorn. I tried to bring her a bit more further in the process. So today we will start to paint the tails and we will start to refine all the parts. So we will focus on the face, on some details, on the howl, and we will try to bring a bit more life to the figure, because at the moment it's okay. She's rising up very well. There are values, there are contrasts, there are details, there are textures, but I mean, I think she's still missing some extra details that will bring her to real life. Okay, let me. Maybe I can try to. Yeah. Okay, we'll just post a last reminder on the Discord community. Perfect. Okay, so I will try to welcome. Okay. Perfect. So first we have to set up a bit better our palette, because after 3 weeks of painting I had to change my palette.
I'm actually really impressed your palette. You mean you have paint on your palette from 3 weeks ago that you're still using on the same model?
I painted 2 different models with the same palette for at least 2 weeks, something like that. But after 2 weeks, I mean, I was literally layering too much colors, so I had to change it because the paper was starting to be so rough, and I have to change it. I mean, I'm a bit sad because I lost all the blends, but at least I used very few colors, so it will be very easy to me to adjust it. And usually I do not paint for so much time the same figure. I try to close it in less time. So, I mean, I'm trying to adapt.
Well, it's good that you're working with green because some of that paint might be mold.
Yeah. Well, I'm using this palette because the sponges are antibacterial and they are very resistant to the mold. The color as well, having just water, it's very difficult for you to having mold on the paints.
It's really good though if you're working on Nurgle. That's actually perfect.
Yeah?
Well, Nurgle, you know, the god of decay.
Yeah.
A little bit of mold in the paint actually works.
Oh, to bring it in life, I mean the real one, to bring Nargle in life. Well, if you are a very good Nargle priest, something like that, it should be fine.
Yeah.
So I want just show you why, because we received a lot of feedback, and some of them are a bit negative about the lids of the tubes. But I want just show you why I choose this kind of tube, because if few color dry up here, you can just very easily remove in this way. It's not going to produce any kind of dust, it's not going to ruin your palette, your color, and it will be completely new, so you don't have anything to do. And it's very easy to clean. That's the reason why I choose this kind of lid. We're already working with the factory to find a way to adjust it. I mean, again, it's very easy to clean. Well, consider that painting for 2 weeks on with the same palette, you start to have a few colors getting dry on the surface of the palette. So what I'm going to do is literally building up new layers. So of course, sometimes it could be a bit difficult because if you don't pay attention, you can remove some particle from the surface. But I mean, I'm comfortable. It's not my first time doing that. I usually try to use the palette and the color as much as I can. So I'm going to introduce other paints as well because I need something very gloss. Minor colors are among matte satin finish, but those are not gloss. Now, especially to increase the deepness of the shadows, I need to use a more glossier color. So usually my choice go to golden or Winsor & Newton, something like that. I just use a bit of Mars Black and Prussian Blue. I use those colors because those are very deep color, and especially on the cape, my goal is to have it. Okay. My goal is to have a black cape, but to have a black cape properly painted, I prefer to paint the cape with different tonalities, so greens, blue, yellows, to have a very rich cape. I try to avoid to use pure black, otherwise it was starting to be very desaturated and I was starting to lose all the tonalities and all the values. So what I'm going to do now is to try to increase the deepness of the shadows using black. So I'm going to use very glossy black.
If I had to remix my palette in the middle of painting a model, I would be worried about getting exactly the same tones I had before. Do you just have like a perfect memory for mixing those back together to where you were?
I'm able to build up again the same palette without any issue, but usually I literally do not care. I mean, I'm not thinking too much about that. I just start to paint and I try to do something as much as possible similar, but I'm not worried by, oh, I will not use the same tonalities because I mean, I don't need it. If the color is not the same one, it will bring more variety to the tonality, so it's not an issue.
I'm still scared.
No, I mean it's just not. I mean, if I'm painting something greenish, I just need to use something green. I try to match as much as possible, but I will never spend too much time to get literally the same tonality because I don't need it. I mean, if I do some mistakes and I use a too much different color, I will just try to cover everything again with this kind of new blend. So everything will turn into something a bit different, but still working very good. Okay, now I have to work a bit carefully because I want to have a very deep shadows in some part of the cape. Those parts should be very dark, very black, but I have to leave at least all the midtones and all the texture that I did before. I don't want to ruin them.
You know, I just noticed she's sitting on a paint handle.
What, sorry? Oh.
Looking at it, I said, "Oh, I think it comes with a paint handle." She's sitting right there. How convenient.
No, but was it on your seat?
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
Oh no, not on my seat. But I was just looking and going, oh, it kind of looks like she's sitting on a paint handle.
Now, I usually try to fix the figure already on the base because I want a sturdy base. Honestly, I mean the weight of the wooden base usually will help me to get a bit of stability while I'm painting, so I can literally use it as a sort of base, touching on the table, and I will be very sure that I will not move it. So now this is the most relaxed part of the wall paint job because after so many hours I don't want to ruin anything, so every brushstroke is very well built, and I'm going to think about it. I mean, I don't need to rush. I don't need to rush, and I think that this is something that sometimes happens when you are a beginner. You are starting to rush a bit to get a result, looking for the achievement, but especially when you are finishing the job, you have to be a bit more patient. Where is our 5 viewers from? We have more than 5. We have actually 14.
Oh, mine's delayed.
Yeah, probably you have some delay. Yeah, we are 14 and a few minutes ago we were 18. Okay, this step could be a bit boring, but it's very important to get to the figure, the right finish. At some point during the painting, I literally stopped to use the reference of Gerald Brom because I was going to use it just in terms of ambience or inspirational mood. But then I started to paint without any kind of reference, so my figure is starting to be a bit more greenish. It's a bit more cold. The Gerald Brom one is more warm because the skin tone is more yellowish. But sometimes I stop to use the yellow from my palette, and I will try to restore a bit the yellow for the details and the golden parts because there is a lot of yellow in the skin tone, but now it's literally disappearing. So, welcome guys. Most of you probably just arrived here, just landed. Today with me there is Bill that will help me to manage the chat and chatting about painting. So more than before, if you want to have some feedback or starting a topic, you are more than welcome to open any topic or making any question do you want. So from the front view of the figure to the side view, I'm starting to push the shadows up. I want to have a bright vision here on the front, and slowly turning the figure on the sides. I will try to turn everything into the black. So especially for those shadows here, I will try to use pure black. Hey Bill, you have some kind of issues to the microphone because you are producing a lot of noises.
Are you hearing some crackling?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, you know what it is? I decided I know what I'm going to do while I'm here. I'm going to build the chef.
Now, genius.
Um, I haven't had time since the last time I saw you and I got this from you. So I said, well, instead of just staring, and I can also do a little bit of fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Get out my tools here. Maybe I need to turn on the lights.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Oh, we're just reaching 20 people here. Welcome, Brigitte from Austria, and welcome, Mr. K9.
All right, we got Austria and Texas.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, we just hit 20 people. That's
Brigitte?
Very good.
Brigitte.
Okay, perfect. Probably it's a bit better. So now we're trying to push also a bit more dark tonalities into the skin tone using a bit of black because I want to reach a very strong contrast, especially on some areas. Welcome, Daniel from Washington. So I'm very happy to have so many people from all around the world. Hello, Frederick.
Frederic Bissou. Where do you think he's from?
He's from France.
That's a pretty French name right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know him.
Oh, well, that's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cheating. I know you, I know him, and I know many people. So yeah, I'm cheating.
Jonathan Bronson. Don't look. Where is he from?
Okay. Can you repeat the name?
Jonathan Bronson.
So probably it's coming from something like, I don't know, Tennessee or Utah.
Shut up. Did you look?
No.
He's from Utah.
No, I was literally gambling. I don't know why. I was literally gambling.
Wow. All right. Now we know you're good at now we know you're good at two things at least.
No, let me check the Jonathan Bronson. No, probably no. I don't know. I don't think we. Hey, Jonathan. Mm, I don't remember. Maybe we already met in some trade fair. If yes, please remember me because okay, I remember a lot of names and faces, but not all at once. It will be impossible. This man is good.
Yeah.
So strong. I don't know, guys. I don't know why I said Utah or Tennessee. I was just, I mean, the first two states of the USA that literally pop out in my mind. So, especially, let me zoom a bit because I want to show you better how. Okay. Especially on this area, on the cape here. I don't know why today I'm losing a bit of focus. Let me check.
Oh, looks nice.
Okay, should be good now. Sometimes I'm losing a bit of focus. So especially on the side here, I want to bring a very dark and deep shadows, because in this way I will increase the volumetric effect of the round cape. Yeah, it's better now because this area here now is a bit more on focus, and we are starting to have all those sides turning into black. I'm going to use a very transparent color because I want to avoid to cover too much all the texture and the midtones that I painted before. So okay, now I don't know why I'm having some issues in focus today.
What's happening is it's catching your hand and focusing on your hand as the focus instead of the model.
Yeah.
You can freeze the focus so it's not on autofocus, and there's only one place that it will stay focused, or just kind of deal with it.
Yeah, probably I just have to remove the palette from the background because I was trying to catch my hand going there too.
No, I think it's catching like the front of your hand holding it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can set the focus to focus only on the center, and sometimes it's an overall focus. I don't know how it's set up.
Well, I need to go a bit further and deep with the setting of the camera because this is only my third week of streaming and I'm still learning a lot.
I think it's still pretty good right now. I do have a question for you from the chat. Eric says, for the past 2 sessions, you've built mostly from shadows to highlights, building up the lights. How often do you go back and forth building back the shadows?
Well, I usually spend most of the time painting from shadows to lights. Only when I reach a very good level of blendings, values, I start to work on the shadows. So the back and forth from the highlights to high shadows is very minimum. The most back and forth play is on midtones. I don't know how many hours I spent just to adjust every midtones from the shadows and the light. But speaking about the top lights and the deep shadows, I try to move there just a bit because once the midtones are done, playing with lights and shadows is only very funny because I don't need to think too much. It's something that usually go very quick. I just need to adjust like I'm doing now. I mean, I'm going to paint those very dark shadows there because I won't have those kind of very strong effect, and then maybe I will go to resume some lights and some midtones. Then depends by the figure. I mean, I can adjust. There are no rules. I just try to follow I'm following the flow of the painting, so I am trying to adjust the figures while I'm still building the effect. Especially on those areas here, I want to have a very strong contrast. So if something is starting to not convincing me, I can repeat it again. I'm not stuck anywhere. This is the very funny way of my approach because again, it's not a step-by-step process. It's just an approach. I want to try to be as much as possible very free during painting.
That's true. That's one thing that I noticed about your chef video, and the chef video is the reason I know Matteo. Well, I met him at a convention, and we chatted for a little while, and then I watched the chef video, and one thing I picked up on is your approach, where if you make a mistake, you don't care at all because now it's just a part of it, and you're like, okay, I like that better, or you say, okay, I'll go back and I'll cover that up, no problem, and the calm and the not carelessness, but the laissez-faire attitude of just, okay, there's some paint there, and now I can fix it or not, but I'm not going to be upset about it. Is a really good attitude, I think, because a lot of people think, oh, I have to paint like the box art, and if it's not exactly perfect the entire way through, then I have failed, and that's just not a fun way to paint,
Yeah, I mean, too many times we spend too much time thinking about getting comparison with other painters or other results.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we should just start to paint and follow on the flow and have fun. So
You have a little bit of that problem today, though, because you're painting towards art that exists. Raw painting.
yeah, I'm painting something already painted by someone else. This is a tribute, but still I'm trying to bring to the tribute as much as I can of my personality. I want still have the same mood, but I will not go there to copy or trying to do everything at the same. Also because the painting version of Brom is flat. It's a 2D canvas. This is a 3D figure, so it's quite impossible having the same. And honestly, I'm not thinking about the results. I'm just playing with the colors, and we will see what the journey will bring us. So, I mean, I usually try to paint more and talk less. That's weird because we are on live here talking, but
Uh-huh. Well, keep painting while I chat with you. We'll figure it out.
yeah, I love chatting. I love talking while I'm painting because it helps me to get distracted by the figure. Because when I start to think too much about the figure, I start to make some mistakes. If I am distracted by other things and I don't have time to think about the figures, usually I paint very very better. I know that's a bit weird, but that's my issue.
Yeah.
So let me go to chat. I need another tube. I'm looking for a specific pigment that I love a lot. I love it because of the finish of the pigments. Oh, yeah, this one. The phthalo turquoise. Phthalo turquoise. Because it's very deep but very transparent as well, so I can play a lot with this color to bring a bit more of tonalities. So for example, now here I'm literally brushing randomly to bring some blue spots all around the stones. Okay, I won't leave it to dry a bit, and I will go to prepare my highlights. So for the highlights, I'm trying to use all the color I used before, and we'll try to create a sort of bluish, greenish gray, but a bit warm. Since I'm painting very cold, I have a lot of dark and deep glossy shadows from the blue to the green. Now I want to try to warm up a bit using the same tonalities but turning it a bit of yellowish, a bit warm to enhance the contrast among shadows and lights. So let's try to build up this gray warm color.
Well, Nils, I gotta find out. Is it Nils or no or Nils? Niles.
Nils.
Oh,
He's from Sweden, so he's Nils for sure.
I find that painting freely, like you described, was an eye opener for me. I was very much a painter who tried to paint like the box art before. So apparently, I was just describing those.
Yeah, um, I mean, you just blow up in the microphone, Bill.
I don't know why it's picking that up so well. I'm trying to, I'm gluing the tail in, and it's not setting very well. So I'm trying to blow on it.
Yeah, probably you have a very old copy. Now the quality is totally different. It's improved a lot. So, yeah, Niels, I mean, I was doing the same. I was, remember, going to study other. Um, I was going to study other box arts or painters, try to copy their style, try to match their box art. But was I mean, I was talking about that last time in the previous live. It was good, but was not the best way to learn. If you want to learn, you have to explore your side, your attitudes, your taste, something like that. Still looking for inspirational or maybe learning techniques or choices or everything around the painting, but don't try, never try to copy. Okay, now I have to slowly bring up the highlights. Okay, so so as you can see, I'm trying to increase the shadows around the face, and now I'm going to define very well all the edges of the cape. Still, because I want to increase a lot the contrast effect. I can also paint contemporarily some details here on some of the decors because it will help me to have this area a bit more refined to understand how to balance all the other things. I mean, sometimes I prefer to work on the whole figure, sometimes I prefer to focus on some area. Usually, when I touch base in this stage of the painting journey, I try to finish at least the face because having the face and this part here quite completed finish, it will help me to understand better all the wall composition, the wall chromatic composition, and will guide me to paint it better. How is it going with the chef? Hey Bill,
Yes.
how is it going with the chef?
I decided to blue tack the tail in place because for whatever reason, the super glue that I bought does not want to set very quickly. So it's holding in place, and I'm going to leave it there for a minute and see if I can just let it set.
I was thinking about the chef yesterday morning. I don't know why, but I thought to myself, I should paint another version.
Paint what? Another version?
Yeah, yeah, I should paint another version of the chef.
I'm curious. Why would you want to go back to the chef when you have so many new models coming out? You know you're. I mean, I would love for you to do one because I really enjoyed the first one, and seeing it again would be interesting to see how you do it. But also, you have all the new models from the game coming out, and I'm sure people would be interested to see how you're painting the new stuff as well.
Because I mean, I need to be inspired, and if I'm not inspired, I'm not able to paint anything. So
Hmm.
for that reason, I also stopped to looking for commission or something like that,
Hmm.
because sometimes the working on commission will bring you to paint something that you don't like, or maybe you are in lack of motivation, lack of inspiration. So I mean, sometimes I prefer to be a bit more free. So I don't know. I mean, in this moment, I would love to paint the chef because yesterday morning I wake up thinking about it. I mean, there are no reason to be explained. It's just matter of feeling.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, something that is now missing because I'm just starting to understand that is missing something very important. I'm missing some reflection on the horns because the horns in this moment are just painted with black, but those are very important elements for the figure. So I will try now to bring them up. So so for example, for the horns, I will try to keep all the brush strokes in this direction to follow the shapes of the figure. So I will not paint them in turquoise, but at least I will try to uh, use the turquoise to create a sort of base for the volume, and then I will try to bring it very dark, very black and gloss horns. But I want build up some volumes on the horns, and so considering them very thin, I will avoid to paint very tiny lines on the bone. I will just try to create the effect on them. Well, I have here on the table the three next figures that I will paint during the next weeks. Those are already assembled. So while I will wait a bit to have them, to have the horns completely dry, I will show you what's next on my table. The next figure will be this one. I'm still looking for some kind of references from jungles, flowers, and other stuff to get a very good source of inspiration for it. After this one, I will paint this one that I simply love.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is this from?
This is from Rome. It was included in the Kickstarter, but is not available yet. It will be probably released in January or December, something like that.
That is gorgeous. Oh my, oh yeah, look at that.
And I don't know, but I have also, I also have a figure that I never showed before. Ooh. This is completely preview, but I don't know if people here in the chat want to see more. This is very special, and it's also a traditional sculpt. So it's not digital, it's traditionally sculpted. I am here on my table and I'm staring at him because it's wonderful.
What did they sculpt it in? Is it clay or?
Yeah, with plastoline.
Plastoline.
So, but hello, Benjamin. Excited to see you painted one. Hello, Jonathan. The preview was too quick. Yeah, people. But if you want the preview, we have to hit 30 people contemporarily here. So if you're able to bring people here in the live, I will reveal it. So I don't know, maybe you can invite friends or maybe you can invite people on the Discord. But if we hit 30 people, I will do the reveal. So it's totally upon you.
Really putting the pressure on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's something very. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I won't challenge the guys. I know they can bring people. Time login to all my alternate accounts. No, Daniel, that's not fair at all.
Daniel 52 just joined. Like Daniel 87 just joined.
Diana, is Danielsburg online?
Danielsburg just popped in.
That's teasing. Oh yes, guys. I mean, I have other things to paint before, but I'm really looking for painting this new one here because it's something that we never produced before. So if you want to have a no, probably no. I mean that's wrong. This is only the second time, no, the third time that Mindwork produced something like that. Because usually we don't produce so much monsters, but this one is wonderful. It's totally different by previous one. It's a traditional sculpt made by a very talented sculptor. Hey mate, I hear all your... I hear you digiting on the keyboard. Probably you have to reduce a bit your...
Well, you'll like what I'm typing.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear them very strong, very loudly. I don't know if people here are suffering the same while you're writing on the keyboard.
Well, what I said was, and I'm going to post this in the tavern.
Yeah.
Section. Matteo is waiting to preview a new, never before seen model on the live stream, but we need to get 50 viewers first.
Let me give you. Let me include you in more. Give you more permission there. Give me a second. I have to I have to improve your status on the server.
Make me an admin so I can really screw things up.
I'm scared having you admin. I will include you among the. Okay, profile. Ooh. We are already friends, yes. Okay, you are now part of the Discord stuff.
Oh boy. All right. Is Tavern the best place to post that?
Yeah, the tavern is the best place.
All right. And how many viewers do we have right now?
There are 14 now. We were at 15, but someone literally disappeared. Probably one of the Daniel account that was totally fake.
I banned Daniel 83.
Thank you to keep our space safe. Okay, I lost my check. So again, guys, if you want, see this one.
I have. Williamsburg is moving up in the new Discord world, or moving up in the Discord world. Yes, I have powers. I don't know how to control.
Yeah, you have powers, you can ban people, you can include people. Williamsburg is moving up. Guys, I don't know, I mean, I don't know if it's something good, it's something wrong. It's just something and we have to accept it. Okay. So still going to
I invited the guys that I paint with on. I don't know if everybody else did this, but during the pandemic, one of the best things I did and what got me back into painting was just wanting to paint with some friends. So we get on Zoom chat, and there'd be 4 or 5 of us on there having a glass of whiskey or bourbon and scotch, and we'd paint for hours and chat, and it was really like a good release from the tension of the pandemic and having to stay indoors sometimes, and I just invited them to the chat in my Facebook group with all of them on there. But also, I invited them because I know them, but also I'm scared that they might come because I know them.
Bill, I don't know if it's something good or bad having you here, so.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, we will discover together.
Oh, that I'm in here or that they're in here?
So again, guys, during this step, I'm painting with a very relaxed mode. I don't want rush again, because I'm thinking double before going to paint. during this moment because I want to be sure of each my movement. Okay, this is my favorite color ever, probably, and you can see why and how how much I use in 1 year, probably something like that. This is the Naples yellow. And it's my favorite color for highlights. Because it's very bright, but still very warm, and especially I usually mix it everywhere to brighten up the tonalities, to get very bright highlights. Also for the cape, here on the green, I will mix it now a bit of Naples of yellow to have this kind of very pale greenish color here that will be perfect to be used as a highlight. So as you can see, also if I'm using a sort of very warm, very strong yellow, mixing it in the blend will allow me to have this kind of lights. Very easy to use. So my approach for this step is observing and learning from the figure. So for example, I'm starting to feel a lack of definition on this area here because I want having it totally separated from the skin tone. So I have to brighten up this edge. Okay. Okay, I'm usually very worried about how the camera is recording and showing you the details, but I was now checking on the phone and it's not so bad, right? Hey Bill,
Yeah.
how is the quality on the camera?
That looks good.
It's good? Okay. It's something.
The paint camera is excellent.
Yeah, the pen camera. I mean, I'm not talking about the ones of my face because it's not so important.
Oh, it's very important.
My face? No.
Absolutely.
I don't think. I could be also a computer that would be the same. I mean, a sort of cyborg painting figures.
I think everyone's here for the hair.
A huge block of steel with long hair and metal band t-shirts. The quality is great. Nice. Okay guys, since you are, we are growing up, so we are 18 now. Probably we will be able to show the the next release, one of the next release.
My post is working.
Yeah, your post is working. Yeah, people are starting to join up again. So probably if we touch base at 30 people live, I have to reveal a new figure. And I'm not sure that my team will be happy because this is totally unexpected and untold to them. So I will have to justify my action with people in the warehouse. How is it going with the chef? Did you grid it?
I haven't touched it yet. I started building the executioner.
No, hey, Bill, what are you doing? I mean,
What? I mean, I've got models in front of me.
it's so bad, this your copy?
Oh no, the chef is sitting there. Let me check the. I mean, the chef is very easy to build.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a hat and a tail. I mean, even Nils could build this one.
yeah.
I wonder if you heard that.
But are you using a China Acrylite glue?
It's super glue. I don't know if they call it that in Italy, but I think that it is awful glue. It's not working very well. So I'm letting it set for a little longer, and it's fine.
Which brand is?
Says the original super glue.
No, never see it before. No.
Yeah.
No, I used the Super Attack from Loctite. That is very good. I don't know if in the States it's common, but I guess no.
Yes. I'm pretty sure this is probably just the cheapest super glue from Amazon. So I'm getting what I deserve.
Yeah. I was thinking to release a Minder game super glue. We found a very good one. So we were thinking to release one on our label. Very glue, slow drying, not too much slow, but at least it will give you the time to place everything in place. And very cheap compared to the other brands.
Great. Will it be a Mindworks brand?
What, sorry?
Will it be a Mindworks brand paint?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It will be the mind glue. It can connect again your mind with your soul.
So the big promise for glue.
Yeah, there will be my face on the label.
Oh boy.
The best super glue I know is from Colle 21. Oh, Colle 21 is a very good one, but it's not my favorite. I mean, I'm still very in love with this one. I don't know why, but at the moment is my favorite one. Oh, yeah, I removed the label, perfect. Yeah, this one is my favorite. Especially in this battle here, because it's very huge and it not dry quickly. There exist many types. Yeah. No, yeah, Call 21, Call 21 is very, very good. Well, okay, now I said many times that I prefer to avoid to add too many color to my palette while I'm painting. But when I start to reach details and something like that, I usually had some specific paints, especially holder everybody. I'm using everybody for the bases and everything, and now that I have to refine, I love to add more and more thicker. This is very thick everybody, because at some point I won't have something going to literally build a sort of very thick layer on the figure. I don't think about the thickness of the paint, because since I'm building up my volumes, my rendering, I don't think at all about the thickness. Thickness on the paint is part of the painting itself. If you look at on a canvas very close, you can see sometimes some centimeters of paint. Okay, I'm starting to be happy about this area, because I'm painting very strong lights here on the gold and the quartz. So now that I have those decors very bright, I'm having this the light on the face that literally is going down. So I have to push up again the lighting on the face, because compared to the decors it's too dark. So this is a very back and forth moment where I'm going to paint constantly lights, shadows, and I have to adjust constantly the effect and the rendering. I think it's not something that you can control from the beginning, and something that you have to be ready to adjust. Hey Bill, we are now at 19 people. So if we hit 20, I will reveal anyway. If you want, guys. Okay, I'm starting to push up the lights on the face. It will help me to rebalance again the wall effect. So you have an issue about the thickness. Well, depends on how you are going to handle the thickness. If the thickness of the paints is something that is under your control, you can use the thickness. You can also go into cover some details and then adjust and paint over. I understand that if you don't have the completely control of what's happening on the figure, sometimes the thickness is going to cover details and ruining the finish. But since I'm used to that since the beginning of my vending job. In the beginning, I will try to paint by glazing. I don't remember why, but when I started painting miniature, I was trying to paint everything by glazing because I remember that people was telling that was the only techniques that was good. And I spent probably 1 or 2 years trying to paint everything by glazing using very, very liquid, very thin paint. But that, of course, was not giving me any chance to get saturation and build up lights and shadows as I was looking for. Having the thickness on the right place will help you to define the figure, to create some kind of volumes that otherwise you will never be able to create. So thickness is something that sometimes is not about huge amount of color on the figure, but sometimes it's something like going to pick up thick paint directly from the tube and then placing on the lights and on the top of the lights. But I can understand the struggling at the beginning, so I can understand. But I suggest you to try to use thick paint only for the lights, only for some kind of edge where you won't achieve the bright saturation ever. So I'm using here very thick paint, for example, for the edge here on the decors. Oh, we are now 20, so are you ready, Bill, to reveal the new figure?
I see 21, which adds the bonus of you holding the model still so we can see it.
Yeah. So guys, it's coming. It's coming. Stay tuned for a while. Give me a second to finish this decor. Don't leave. Don't leave. If you leave, I will not show you. So if we now come back to 19, I will not show. Okay, so let it dry for a while and show you something new, something upcoming for the next months. This is a brand new artist that joined our roster of artists on Mindwork. We already revealed a component in the Discord during a quite funny
Michelle Bergeron says, "Oh my God, stop teasing."
So I already showed you something on Discord because I was going to show you a little component and then I challenged people to guess the artist around behind the concept. And someone, I don't remember who, guessed it correctly. It was Bjorn Hure. And this sculpt is not a digital sculpt. This is a traditional sculpt made of plastiline, sculpted by Rémi Tremblay. Matteo is a big tease. Yeah, so we have here a head of a cyclope, a dead one.
I can only see the feet on the stream, so you'd have to come lower.
Yeah, no, I'm doing.
Oh, you're teasing. Oh my God.
I'm teasing. I don't want to reel very easily. It's something big because those are my hands, and as you can see, it's a very big figure. So it's sculpted by Rémi Tremblay. Boom. I really love this one. I really love this one, sculpted by traditional technique. It's something quite big. I will show you how many crazy details is sculpted by hand. So no digital here. I still have to play some putty.
He looks like he works out.
What, sorry?
He looks like he works out. Like he's been eating healthy.
Yeah. Okay, so can we also see the back? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I have this one that compared is very, very small. This is a huge figure. I will have this one be first. Huge as well, because she's on the column. And I have this one.
You know, this one should be called Witchhorn because it's got 7 horns. Which horn are you going to paint first?
Should be the Horned One, that is another piece by Gerald Brown. But I mean, the name probably is more properly adapted for him. So yeah, Remy Tremblay is a master. I love his job. I love so much. So when I heard that he was doing freelancing again, I instantly contacted him because I was loving having him in the roster of sculptors for mind work. Not Witchhorn, but Witchhorn. No. Are you Michel? Michel? This is very weak. Witchhorn.
That was my joke.
Yeah, that's your
Because
job.
there's 7. I think there's 7 horns on that model. There's 2 around the belt, 2 on the back, 2 on the head, and then one other one behind the. Yeah, I think it was 7. 7 horns.
No, more than 7. I'm pretty sure that there are more than 7. I mean, we have. Oh, no, I just unglue it. Okay.
Michelle says that was his joke, not mine. And I think she said that because she knows that I have admin powers in the Discord now. So I can
People, be aware to not get Williamsburg offended, otherwise he will use his power on you. I think I saw more. 7 were big, but there are some smaller ones. No? Yeah,
How many horns we got?
there are so many smaller ones here.
There's horns on the bottom of the weapon too, in his left hand. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, another 2 here, and you have those 2 here. 6, 7 spike here, a little one here, and another one here, and here and here. I mean, too much probably. So, but
She's not afraid. She's not afraid.
no, she's not afraid.
It's because I'm smiling too much.
So let's go back to. I can see tiny ones is a bit spiky. Yeah, it's a spiky figure. I mean, you can harm yourself while painting.
Are we going to be doing a little OSL once you get it all worked up?
What? What are you doing?
I was saying, I'm watching you paint the candles.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you intend to do a little bit of OSL on the.
OSL. Sorry, OSL. I heard very disturbed voiceover while you were saying OSL. No, I mean, I don't know because first, those are very small candles.
Hmm.
I don't want to ruin with some weird yellow area here because otherwise I will get distracted by the face. So from the beginning of the session to now, I don't know how much it's changed, but I'm sure that all the focus is now moving on the face because we have some very strong details here all around the face. Also the mouth and the nose are starting to pop out from the shadow. And placing here an OSL, we literally remove all the tension on the top of the figure, but usually when we paint a figure, we should consider this area here as the main focus. Especially here while we are not having at all figure with uncovered face, so we don't see the eyes, we don't see anything. We should try to bring also extra focus there, otherwise it will be very difficult to be effective on that. So no hosel effect, no sparkling points on the base. The only kind of lights I will place on the base will be something a bit, some lights coming from ambience. So for example, I could place something like that.
Yeah.
Just to have a kind of bluish environment all around. Or maybe some kind of effect like here as a sort of plasma ghost effect, something like that. I don't know how to express myself in this case, but I will try to create. You know the lights from Minas Morgul during Lord of the Rings? You have this kind of glowing green
Almost,
ghost
almost
effect.
like an internal glow.
Yeah,
Internal glow, like it's coming from inside. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, something like that. That maybe will remember as something spectral, something
Yes.
very dark. This will go to, and this is not an issue because in this area here we have a very cold and dark color, so it will help us to define this area without getting distracted by the top of the figure. Okay, I have to drink something because my right. The chat today is very quiet. Very quiet. Guys, if you have any kind of question or curiosity or something like that, please make them all because here I am for you.
Yeah.
And who is painting now? I will be very. Every time I have to ask you if someone is painting now and what are you painting? I'm very curious about. So let me push a bit up and let me move the camera away because I want to show you the general effect we are going to achieve now. Okay, as you can see from the beginning of the session, I'm moving again everything up, but still I'm adding lights and details here, especially on the edge. Okay. Playing around with one of the small boosts from the, I guess, the Kickstarter to try out the paints. Oh wow! How do you feel then? What are you painting, Benjamin? Okay, another little tip here. I really love how the cape is sculpted on this area, because the shapes is following the shapes of the stone. So I have to increase a bit this light here. And maybe we can add some very little extra details, going to paint a bit of the melted candle. Going down. Also, if something is not sculpted, sometimes you can just paint a bit here on the flat surface to add detail. So you don't have to have everything sculpted. Okay, nice. Very happy to receive feedback, very good feedback on the paints, because we worked so much on them.
Yeah, the paints are awesome, to be honest, and at this moment, I think it's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I test them all. I test the color for over 1 year, so I mean, I painted for a long time with them before trying to put in the market, because I was looking to have something different, something special.
Could I ask you, like what's one of the changes that you would make? You started using it at the beginning and you said, "Oh, this is wrong," and then you call them and you say, "Hey, we need to change this." Like, what is one of those things? Do you remember one?
Yeah, I won't just answer before. I won't answer to Frederic Bisset. He's asking about using black and white picture to control the value. No, I never used that before. I know that a lot of people are using black and white to control the value, but I don't like, because otherwise I will be stuck on that video and then I will not able to create. So I prefer to be totally free and going to change the value following what I want to do, what I want to tell, what I want to paint, and also what I'm feeling. So again, I don't like having some kind of rules or pre-made structure leading me, guiding me. I prefer working on freedom. So coming back to our topic, Bill, at the beginning the color they were totally drying so slow that was literally impossible to paint with them, because I remember that I did a test and they were lasting at least 30 minutes, something like that, before get dry. And 30 minutes is too much, because thinking to paint with acrylics, you still have to be faster than oil. So At the beginning they were too matte, sometimes a bit chalky in the finish, and they were also drying very slow, and we were having some kind of issue in terms of resin. We changed the resin sometimes before getting the proper resin for those heavy body, because I was looking for a kind of consistency, thick, but not difficult to get used. I mean, I'm used to use Golden, Liquitex and other brands, but from the feedback that I received during so many workshops around the world, I understood that there was a very huge wall behind them in terms of achievement in handling them all correctly. They were not easy to use. They were putting people a lot of stress. Sometimes they were too thick. I understood that we were looking for something different, something to be easy to be used for people who won't paint without stress too much. Especially because I understand if you are painting for hobby, it's very difficult painting daily or painting weekly. Sometimes you can paint more, sometimes you can paint less. And since it's an hobby, I think that the best way to enjoy the hobby is to take the easy road. Then if you want challenge yourself, you can do it so many times in so many ways that you don't have to be challenged by the tools itself. So I just throw away the brush. I don't know why. I mean, this is something that happened to me constantly. While I'm painting, sometimes I literally throw away the brush. I remember a day when I literally throw away the brush and I literally hit a completely finished miniature on the shelves, and I literally destroyed it. You know, I mean, I had to repaint it a lot because I was using a very huge flat brush and it was loaded of color, and I literally painted it with black, something like that. So I have to fix it a lot.
That's pretty crazy. I would not.
Oh yeah, I mean, in my career I destroyed I don't know how many finished figures. I remember a box art painted six years ago. I was at the beginning of my career. I was painting late during the night. I remember that probably was 3 or 4 a.m. in the night, and the figure was done just in time for the show. For me, it was an achievement because it was one of my first box art ever, and I don't know how. I mean, it fell from the table to the ground, and it got destroyed in I don't know how many pieces. And I spent the whole night to glue and paint over.
My probably one of the best models I painted is over there with a broken wing, because when we remodeled the house, I moved it, and then when I brought it back, for some reason the wing was broken, and I don't know how it happened, but yeah, it's sad.
Oh, damn. Sand?
Poor guy. I'll grab it. See if we can see this guy.
No. Where is the wing?
Poor girl.
Where is the wing? Where is the other wing?
Oh, it's over there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have good light here.
Yeah, you have to bring the figure to the ER. Cool one. I do that too, but I just juggle with it and net up either catching it on lens on my shirt. Yeah. Now, usually I throw the brushes very, I don't know why, but very far. No, Benjamin, did you destroy your entry? No, mate. I mean, I'm so sorry, but let's try to fix it. I mean, you can do that. I fixed the wall figure in the night from 3 a.m. to the morning. I literally skipped the sleeping, so I know that you can do that.
Yeah, the only issue is that it was a 3D printed wing, so it's a little trickier to glue it, and the point at which it broke is very small. So yeah, it's I'll do it. I just haven't had the heart to bring it out. Try it.
Well, you have to probably pin it.
Yeah, I'll have to repaint the join.
Well, we have a comment that is going to open a huge topic. One of the most important skills for a hobbyist is to be able to fix any mistakes and or mishaps. Yes, mate. I mean, I'm totally agree with you. I mean, this is something. This is a topic that sometimes rise up in my mind because we try to clean our figures before to package them at the best we can. Sometimes we receive anyway negative comments about the quality, and most of the time, if you go to go deep in conversation with some customers, you discover that the figure is okay, but in some way they destroyed the part or something was not at 100% the best, but probably was 99% okay, and maybe there was a little part that should be requiring a bit of cleaning or something like that. And people get a bit sick, but I think, wow, when I started to paint figures over 12 years ago, I remember most of the resin cast I was buying was requiring I don't know how much cleaning up. I was remember to have to fill holes, removing mold lines, and something like that. I mean, I remember that the standard quality was lower, and also the demand by the public was totally different. So I don't know. A lot of people probably get a bit cozy, but being able to fix mistakes or broken parts, filling gaps should be, basic skill for any modelers. Okay, I'm starting to be quite happy about how she's turning on. I'm starting to
You
be
know,
satisfied.
that spot that you're painting in it's in the live stream now. I know there's a little delay, but that part right at her neck on the collar, where kind of where that when you highlighted that, it really brought it up to the face immediately. That line there.
Yeah, because I'm playing with all kind of triangular shapes, not
Hmm.
only following the main triangle here, but also painting in this way. I mean, all the brush strokes are going to bring the observer to the face on this area.
Yeah.
So when you paint, you can literally get direction for the observer, so you can move it. That's very cool, very easy to do. Okay, I am not sure about the yellow spot here because it's I mean probably too bright. So I still have to understand. Okay, no, probably it's working very well.
I'm gonna run and grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but you should change your Instagram tag, your Instagram name to Williamsburg. You should do that.
I'll put it in the description so people aren't confused. Who is this? Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. I have orange juice time into metal
Oh, yeah.
metal cup. Yeah. Back in the days, Racing Cast was literally just pulled off the molds and packaged, but yeah. Yeah, we try to bring top quality also on these because I mean we are going to sell figures also to people who won't just collect them because maybe they are fan of Gerald Brom or other painters and they are not coming from our world, so sometimes they lack into skills to get them cleaned enough to be glued. But yes, I mean, also if you are going to buy a very top-notch quality, um, every modeler should be able to fix filling gaps, bubbles, or something like that. Okay, so ask you a little info now because I'm not so used on YouTube, and honestly, I am not the best social guy ever. So, how do you suggest me to try to increase my audience from the live? Because I'm feeling that live by live, the audience and attention is falling down. And honestly, I was thinking that by time more people were joining us during those live stream, I will not stop. I will do that. I hope forever. I mean, I'm having fun. So when I have fun, usually I do that something for a long time before stop. So also if having a very small community painting here, I will not stop doing live, but I would love to increase people because with more people we will be able to bring more contents and be a bit more on track. You should have a ton of golden and Winsor and Newton heavy bodies. How do you see the Mindwork paints complementing those? So I'm literally using now the Mindwork heavy body together those. Sometimes those paints are very difficult to get used to build up midtones and the basic values. So I'm painting most of the figures with the heavy body from Mindwork, and then I use those just to refine, looking for specific finish, looking for specific pigments or something like that. Also because at the moment our range of paints is very small, we are developing more artist palette and we are developing also different kind of pigments and finish.
How many colors do you have right now?
Only 13, but we are already working on extra 20, 24, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, because we are going to bring more artist palette. So we did the artist palette of Gerald Brown, but we're already working on the artist palette of Patrick Jones and many others. I'm working also on a palette built on my style, so I will try to bring something a bit special. Oh, we have here a copy of the chef, very cool one.
He's all set.
Are those acrylics as well? Yes, of course. I mean, those are all acrylics. Let me show you my favorite 4 brands of acrylics. Those are acrylics. My Liquitex heavy body, Golden heavy body, Winsor and Newton heavy body, and now the Mindwork ones. We are also now starting to, for the future, to bring huge tubes as well in this format here, in these sides. For the moment we are just producing those ones because, I mean, for painting figures, 30 millimeters are quite enough. Oh, golden so flat, I know that those are very good colors, but you know, I never tried it. I never tried them before, never. I don't know why, I never bought them, I mean, I don't know if I can show you how many colors I have here, but just under my table, I have
Jesus Christ.
I have a bit of paints everywhere, and I have more paints there. So I have more paints there, and I mean, this is just a little part of my entire collection, so I stopped using Vallejo. I don't remember when, but I mean, when I discovered the world of fine art, I mean, I was already knowing it, but when I discovered that I was able to paint with fine art paints on figures, I totally stopped to use the classic figure painting brands.
Mhm.
Oh no, you just open another topic to me. Because yes, I think the same. Seems that now this hobby is turned into collecting paints. Why? Why collecting paint? I mean, I'm doing the same. I usually buy a lot of paints just because I love them, but a lot of people are starting to buy more paints than figures, but those doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if you are an hobbyist, you will never have all those time to paint with all your paints. So, I mean, maybe you can spend the same budget buying more figures to use as an exercise, as a test, because a lot of people are scared by destroying their figures to get better results. But I mean, my suggestion is don't care about that, just paint and paint and paint more.
I think that'll be an uphill battle because, it's so much easier to buy something and you get instant gratification and then it comes to you and it's instant. Painting a figure is a much bigger commitment and it takes a little while. So I think people really like collecting just because they get to stay in the conversation. But, to your point, I think it would be more satisfying if they were painting more often, getting through and using those paints instead of just buying them. And I can tell you that I know this because I have a lot of paints that I will never use.
Like everyone, I mean, I like everyone. Uh, 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 the Kickstarter of Bron has been a sort of damnation for you and for us. For us, because we never expected that amount of figures. I mean, 4,500 figures. It's something that usually we cast in 1 year, not for just a Kickstarter. And we had to prepare so many molds, totally unexpected. So thank you guys, but has been literally a sort of cursing. Okay, so the figure will require a lot of extra work. I mean, I will probably spend another whole day to fixing everything, to add details on the base and to refine the back, because for the moment I didn't refine it. I will not put the same attention on the back because I won't focus everything on the front, and the back is not interesting at all. It's just a cape, so I will bring the cape at the same level of details on this area here, just to have it painted. But then I will start to, I mean, I will focus more and more and more on the front view of the figure. I mean, for today, I think it's all. We finish also this live session. I will not bring this figure again here, so stay tuned because I will post directly on social media the finished version. Maybe we will start to paint from the next week this figure here. So during the weekend I will prime it. Probably see you on Tuesday for the live painting on this one. On that Thursday I will paint something different. I will paint 32 millimeters for Paradise, because on Friday we are going to release our first game on GameFound. So I will bring a live painting on the Paradise figure. Nothing, I mean, I don't know, Bill, do you want to add something?
No, I don't know if you saw Michelle's last comment. She said, I have no clue, honestly, how you guys went through it. When I saw the lineup of minis, I thought about the amount of work that would go into it. I feel like that's it's interesting. I really love when I buy models. I know that I'm paying for entertainment, right, and relaxation and creativity, and the hours, actually the length of time that it takes to do it is actually a bonus for me. You know, dollars per hour. Models are very inexpensive, and the amount of enjoyment you get out of painting them. At least that's how it is for me.
Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. I mean, yeah, we are a very small company, and yeah, when we finished the Kickstarter, we were so excited that we didn't realize instantly, because I mean, it was literally over the 200% of expectation. So when we started to prepare molds, the month started to pass over, and still having to do molds over molds, we realized that, oh damn, this is a nightmare. I mean, it's cool, but it's a nightmare. I mean, probably, I don't know if we sold something like 600 lava. I mean, 600 lava. No way, in just 1 month, 600 lava. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the Kickstarter totally closed?
What, sorry?
Is the Kickstarter totally closed, but all those models will be available later, or what is the situation?
Oh, the situation is we hit finally 50% on shipping, so we are moving now to finish the second part of the fulfillment. We won't do it among July and few weeks in August, and then we need a bit of extra time, because all the figures from the Kickstarter will not available instantly, because again, we will go to use all the molds and we have to do more molds again, so it will be painful. So probably we will try to bring them for Christmas, something like that.
All right. Yeah, they're fantastic. I don't know if everybody's seen a lot of the models. I got to hang out at a couple of conventions with you guys and have the models in my hand, and they are so seductively beautiful models that you want to buy every single one of them. I understand. I don't have the Witchhorn model, and man, do I want it now. I'm just staring at it. You know, it's such a cool model.
Yeah, this was an exclusive from the campaign. So yeah, a lot of people now seeing me painting during those weeks asked for her, but sadly she is gone forever. So who bought her during the campaign is very lucky.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So thank you guys to have been here with us. See you on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For having me, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you.
Tara. Nice spending some time with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Everybody. Bye bye.